From prison bars to presidential power, it sounds impossible, but it's happened. And the truth behind these stories might change how you see leadership forever. Stay tuned. History has a way of surprising us. Some of the world's most powerful leaders once stood in places designed to silence them, prisons.
Cells meant to break their spirit became the spaces where their resolve was forged. Figures like Nelson Mandela, in prison for 27 years before becoming president of South Africa.
Or Jawaharlal Nehru, who spent years in British jails before leading an independent India, remind us that confinement does not define destiny. Today, I want to explore how adversity, especially imprisonment, has shaped individuals who later rose to lead nations and institutions, and what we can learn from their journeys. What unites these individuals is not just that they were imprisoned, it is that they refused to let their circumstances define their future. Their stories challenge us to rethink failure, hardship, and limitation. Leaders who rose from prison cells to the presidency prove that our greatest trials can forge our greatest triumphs.
If a prison cell could not confine the vision of leaders like Nelson Mandela or Aung San Suu Kyi, then perhaps the barriers we face are not as immovable as they seem. The real lesson is simple but demanding. Adversity is not the end of the story. It is often where the story truly begins. What matters is not where we find ourselves, but what we choose to become from it.
Some of the most influential personalities the world has ever seen were once locked behind bars. Not in comfort, not in privilege,
But in prison cells, places designed to silence them, break them, and erase their influence. And yet, they came out stronger.
Brothers and sisters, I want us to examine the remarkable stories of individuals who were imprisoned, sometimes for years, and later rose to lead nations or major institutions. People like Kwame Nkrumah, Nelson Mandela, and others across continents whose journeys challenge everything we think we know about failure, power, and resilience. Nkrumah didn't begin in power, he began in resistance. Imprisoned by the British colonial authorities for his activism, he used that time not to retreat, but to strengthen his vision for a free Ghana. In 1951, something remarkable happened. He won elections while still in prison. Shortly after, he was released and went on to become Ghana's first prime minister and later its first president.
The lessons here, brothers and sisters, are that leadership isn't granted, it's built under pressure. Pressure is where titles mean nothing and character is revealed. Anyone can look confident when things are easy. Anyone can lead when there's no resistance. But real leadership shows up when things are uncertain, when decisions are unpopular,
And when the outcome isn't guaranteed. Think about figures like Kwame Nkrumah or Nelson Mandela. They weren't handed leadership because it was their turn.
They earned it in moments where most people would have stepped back. Prison didn't give them power. Pressure revealed their discipline, their vision, and their refusal to quit.
Pressure tests, it doesn't create. It doesn't magically make someone a leader. It exposes what's already there. When everything is stripped away, comfort, approval, certainty, what remains is who you really are. That's why some people break under pressure, and others rise. If everything is going smoothly, you're not being stretched. Leadership is developed when you're forced to think differently, when you have to adapt quickly, when failure is a real possibility. That's uncomfortable, but it's necessary. Adversity builds credibility. People don't follow titles, they follow resilience. When someone has been tested and didn't quit, others trust their leadership more.
That's why the journeys of people like Václav Havel or Lech Walesa carry weight. They didn't just speak about change, they endured it. You don't wait to be chosen. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for permission to lead. Leadership doesn't start when someone gives you a title. It starts when you take responsibility, especially in difficult moments. It's in these moments that true leaders emerge. From prisoners to presidents, they embrace their challenges.
The real question is not, why is this happening to me? The real question is, what is this building in me?
Because in the end, leadership is not about position. It's about who you become when things are hardest.
Nelson Mandela, South Africa.
Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. That's not a setback, that's a lifetime. But instead of emerging bitter, he came out with a message of reconciliation, not revenge.
True power is not just surviving hardship, it's transforming it. Survival is instinct. You endure, you get through the day, you make it to the other side. That matters, but it's only the beginning. Because hardship leaves something behind. Anger, fear, loss, frustration. Transformation is what you choose to do with all of that.
What transformation actually looks like is, hardship gives you a story, but transformation gives it direction. It's about building your future, not just surviving your past.
Figures like Nelson Mandela didn't just come out of prison having endured suffering. He turned that experience into a vision of reconciliation that shaped a nation. That's not survival, that's intentional use of pain. Another way of what transformation actually looks like is choosing growth over bitterness. Hardship can harden you or deepen you. Both are natural reactions, but they lead to very different outcomes. Transformation means asking, will this experience make me smaller or stronger? That choice isn't made once, it's made repeatedly.
Again, transformation means converting setbacks into strategy. Adversity forces you to rethink, adapt, and become more resourceful.
Kwame Nkrumah didn't let imprisonment silence him. It strengthened his political clarity and momentum. Transformation happens when setbacks become preparation. Also, using hardship to serve beyond yourself. The strongest form of transformation is outward. When your struggle becomes something that helps others, guides them, inspires them, or protects them, that's when hardship stops being just personal and starts becoming powerful.
Not everyone transforms hardship. Some people stay stuck in it. Some are defined by it. So this is an automatic, and it's not easy.
Transformation is a deliberate decision followed by disciplined action. Just as prisoners have become presidents, you can break your chains. Decide to change, then act with discipline. Surviving hardship proves you can endure. Transforming it proves you can lead. The experience itself doesn't define you. What you build from it does. Because in the end, true power is not about what you go through. It's about what you turn it into. Jawaharlal Nehru of India spent years in British prisons during India's struggle for independence, but prison became a place of reflection and writing.
He even authored influential works while incarcerated. After independence, he became India's first Prime Minister.
Lessons learned here are that isolation sharpens vision. Sometimes isolation removes distractions and strengthens your focus on what truly matters. In moments of isolation, clarity often replaces noise, allowing vision to become sharper. Isolation can strip away the noise, forcing you to think deeper and see more clearly. When you're alone, distractions fade, and your purpose becomes harder to ignore. Isolation doesn't always limit you. Sometimes it refines your thinking and strengthens your direction.
Aung San Suu Kyi of Myanmar. Confined to her home, she found strength in quiet defiance. Her spirit ignited a nation's hope, calling for democracy. Her words reached far beyond the walls of confinement.
We must stand together for freedom and democracy in Myanmar.
She spent years under house arrest for opposing military rule. Her global image became one of resistance and democracy. Later, she rose to lead Myanmar's civilian government. Important thing to note here is that her leadership later became controversial internationally, reminding us that history is complex. Lessons to learn from this is that leadership journeys are powerful, but not always perfect.
From confinement to command. Václav Havel, Czech Republic.
Havel was a writer turned dissident. Imprisoned by a communist regime, he used his voice to challenge authority. After the fall of communism, he became president. Lessons here are that ideas can outlive oppression, because truth doesn't disappear when it's silenced. Oppression may silence voices, but it cannot erase powerful ideas. Ideas often survive longer than the systems that try to suppress them. You can imprison people, but you cannot permanently imprison their ideas. Oppression has limits, ideas do not.
Lech Walesa of Poland. An electrician by trade, Walesa led a workers' movement against communist rule.
He was detained, but that didn't stop the movement. Eventually, he became president of Poland.
The lessons here, brothers and sisters, are that it's not position that creates impact. Ordinary people can lead extraordinary change through courage and persistence. Titles don't create influence, actions do. Many of the changes that shape societies begin with individuals who had no authority, no platform, and no guarantee of success. What sets them apart is not status, but the willingness to act when it's difficult and to keep going when progress is slow. Courage gets you started, persistence keeps you moving, and over time, that combination is what turns small efforts into meaningful, lasting change.
The Middle East and beyond. Recep Tayyip Erdoğan of Turkey.
Hapishaneler ama Türkiye dimdik ayakta. Birlikte Türkiye'nin geleceğini inşa edeceğiz. Allah hepimizin yardımcısı olsun.
Erdoğan was imprisoned early in his political career over a speech. Many thought it would end his ambitions. Instead, it propelled him forward. He later became prime minister, then president of Turkey.
Lessons learned from this is that setbacks can become stepping stones. They are part of any meaningful journey. They slow you down, test your confidence, and force you to rethink your approach. But they don't have to define your outcomes. When you take time to understand what went wrong, adjust your strategy, and keep moving forward, those same setbacks start working in your favor.
They build resilience, sharpen your judgment, and prepare you for bigger challenges. In that way, what once blocked your path can actually become the very thing that helps you move ahead.
What do these stories have in common? Different continents, different struggles, different outcomes, but one shared truth. Their resilience shaped the world we live in today. But what is the one shared truth that binds them all?
They refused to be defined by their lowest moment. Prison, for them, was not the end, it was a turning point. But let's be clear, these stories are not simple.
Some of these leaders are celebrated. Some are debated. Some are even criticized. And that's important.
Because real leadership is not about perfection. It's about impact, decisions, and consequences. So what does this mean for you? It means that where you are now is not where your story ends.
Limitations don't define destiny. Circumstances don't describe character. If individuals could rise from prison cells to lead nations, then the barriers in your life, however real, are not final. They are chapters. And the question is, what will you become because of them? If this inspired you, share it, because someone out there might need this reminder today.